shit's in the safe. Got me a spot out the way. Nigga just tryna be safe.
Let's get to sports talk.
Right now.
Tell him, Jay.
Well, no, look, I think Kyrie's an incredible player. I think he's one of the best tickets there is in basketball, but he's more of a ball-dominant guard. And look, the stats that we didn't show is that last year the Nets ranked 8th in passes per game. This year they rank 28th in passes per game. But that's Kyrie making difficult shots on the stretch, averaging 35, 36 points, whatever he is averaging. And then you look at the Celtics side of things, Jay Rose, and this is where it gets interesting. Like, their guards are...
Because it's a whole new Nets team. Like, you had a point guard on D'Angelo Russell last year. They all rotate the basketball. That's why they was ranked 8th last year. 27 because Kyrie is a ball-dominant player. He needs the basketball in his hands. Like, he's not one of those players that rotate the basketball as much. That's why the rank gonna be so low, because he don't has. He need the basketball in his hand to operate.
Attacking differently. Like last year, Jason Tatum was on that Kobe kick. He was taking a lot of isolated shots. The degree of difficulty was like 9 out of 10. This year, he's racking it. This year, he's knocking down threes, spot-up shooter. Same with Jaylen Brown, shooting 50% from the field.
And also in this era of analytics, you can't underestimate chemistry. And that Kyrie was unhappy in Boston. You could tell on the floor, you could tell in his press conference, and it showed. And that carries when the guy has the ball as a domino effect throughout the rest of the roster. Jaylen Brown got his money this offseason. Kemba's happy to be in a new situation. I basically feel like Kyrie now is going to be what Kemba was with the Hornets. A team that hovers around 500, may make the playoffs because they're in the East, and then they know they're going to get KD back.
Right. Until Kevin Durant is on this Nets team, Kemba Walker has a much better supporting cast. And certainly when Gordon Hayward was playing at a really high level. Now, I'm told Karis LeVert's right thumb surgery, that's going to keep him out 4 to 6 weeks. Wow. You may not see him again until around Christmas. And this is a team, talent-wise, they've been without Wilson Chandler, who they signed this summer free agency, who's serving a 25-game suspension. There's a talent deficiency right now in Brooklyn, certainly compared to what the Celtics put on the floor every night.
Well, and look, when Kyrie steps on the floor, it's just a little bit different compared to Kemba Walker, right? The way he handles it, the ability to knock down shots, and Kemba is an all-NBA guard. But even an all-NBA guard compared to Kyrie is just a little bit different. And I think the Nets, very similar to the Celtics the second year that Kyrie was there, they need to tweak a little bit how they play, right? You can't have as much ISO with other guys. They don't have a true backup point guard when Kyrie...
Like, Kyrie is one of the players that need another player with him. He can't lead a team like that, for real. It's shown that he need another star that's with him, or another good player that's around him to help him lead a team. He don't know how to lead a team yet. That's why it's different in Boston. Last year, Tatum wanted to prove himself like, oh, I can score too. It ain't just you, Kyrie, I can score too. That's how you know it's a friction there. It wasn't going to work. That's how you know he wanted to get out of there, because Tatum young, he wanted to prove himself as well. He just felt like Kyrie come back and had the ball in his hand as much. I want the basketball in my hand just like Kyrie. So that wasn't going to work. It could be collision in the locker room for that. That's why they ain't do so good last year. This year, the Nets ain't okay, but it's just not the same team from last year. Everyone last year was hungry and just wanted to rotate the basketball. I'm not saying Kyrie ain't hungry. It's just a different type of style of play that you have to do now.
Not in. So then you go give the ball to Karis LeVert, and he's doing his own thing. You give the ball to Spencer Dinwiddie, he's doing his own thing. And when you try and put it all together, it can be difficult.
That's the point, Rich. Who else on that team other than Kyrie elevates you, makes you better? It's a big-time question that the Nets have. But realistically, look, they only got one more win than the Knicks.
Yeah.
Yeah, one more win than the Knicks.
And barely beat the Knicks.
I remember telling the world.
Oh, we doing victory laps? We're doing victory laps already?
Doesn't have a video.
Okay. Yes. That the Knicks and the Nets were going to have similar records.
Ooh. Oh, I still don't know about that.
Check back.
I still don't know about that.
Check back.
And look, they're coming off a road trip, right? Road trips early on in the season when you're banged up early on in the season, that's very, very difficult. So, look, you're going to get to a part of your schedule, and you talked about the Celtics had a very easy schedule. Third easiest schedule up until this point. So, I think the Nets have had a little bit more of a difficult schedule, and they're going to come through on the other side of this. And don't forget, last year, they started playing better basketball in December and into January, and then they were able to carry it on.
Let's get to what is the best the Celtics can be, because we know that they're playing well now, and they're not 100% every single night that we've seen them out on the court. So what is the best that this team can be with Kemba Walker at the helm?
Well, fully healthy. I mean, you get Gordon Hayward back. You're talking about full health. They have a chance to win the East. I mean, it's not like Philly is blowing people away. Like, they're shooting atrocious from the three-point line. We know what Milwaukee is. You know, Giannis is having an MVP caliber type of year.
That's what I'm saying. Boston's still a good team. But I'm a person that believe they still need Hayward to win that East. Because what he's bringing this year is what they need. And
But if you have your wings, like Jalen and Jason, playing at a high clip, it'll be interesting to see when...
And already the Philly having trouble because they don't know who their closer is. Since Butler gone, they don't know who could close the games for them. They having trouble with the wing spot and figure out who gonna close the end of the game. That's all.
Those wings play together.
Right.
When Gordon Hayward comes back, and how many we have 4 20-point guys?
Yeah.
How does that work?
And with Milwaukee, Philadelphia's size, for Boston, I think if they're going to take that step into the elite of the East, there may be a deal before the trade deadline where they get some size, some rebounding. You know, Aaron Baines is a player they've really missed. He's made a tremendous impact in Phoenix with DeAndre Ayton out, and I think they need more size before they can step up in weight class, I think, with the two elite of the conference.
Yeah, you don't want to be going as Joel Embiid with the roster that you have right now.
Yeah, that's where I was going to. They need more size for the playoffs. Those 7-game series, they need to get some more bigs up front.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more